have a feedback loop, everybody, and I don't know why that is. But I can clearly hear it in my head. Where is it? No. Why? I don't know why that is. I have a feedback loop, everybody, and I don't know why that is. But I can clearly hear it in my head. Where is it? No. Why? I don't know why that is. I have a feedback loop, everybody, and I don't know why that is. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that? I can clearly hear it in my head. What? OTHMARIUS Magic. Like and subscribe. Hey there, everybody. Something very strange is going on right now. Something that never happened before. I have a feedback loop. It's, I don't know, it's a 80-second feedback loop. 80-second feedback loop. Guys, I hear everything that just happened before, and I don't know why that is. I never had that problem before. Do you hear the same thing happening right now? I don't know why. Guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me? No sound? Are you kidding me right now? Zero sound? Not yet, no sound? Jesus. Okay, I tried to fix this. Are you kidding me right now? All right, this is not how it's supposed to go down. Not yet, no sound. Okay, you can hear me. This is great. Do you have a feedback loop? Jesus. Because I totally have a feedback loop. Okay, I tried to fix this. Well. Now my voice should be crystal clear, and there should be some background music. But that's how it's supposed to be. Let me turn the background music off here. Let's figure out where's this coming from. I have no idea. I have no idea where this feedback loop is coming from. Technically speaking, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. If you have a feedback loop, just let me know, because I'm hearing everything I'm saying now, and it overlaps and overlaps and overlaps. There should be some background music. Yeah, right, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. We can't do a live stream like that. I have not done anything differently. You know, this is how it rolls down. 1 week off and everything breaks down. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. Okay. What I do now, I just going to close OBS, open it up again, and hopefully being back in a second, guys. Okay, let's do that. Okay, that's what I do. Let me prep this up so that this works. I mean, my voice is super. I like to hear myself, but not in this scenario here. So I'm right now. Let me go to my browser here. Let you see what I can do. I'm going to my website, into YouTube Studio. By the way, this is a pain in the ass because you always have to go to Creator Classics because the new YouTube back end doesn't really work, and then you go to live streaming. Little tutorial here on how to not do it. These are the events. I mean, my voice is super. I like to hear myself. This is where I'm live now. I'm going to the live control room. Right now, let me go to my browser here to see what I can do. I'm going to my website. So I've got this, and now I will close OBS and I will be gone for a second. Let's see how if I can tune in. Yo, I should be back. Am I back? Alrighty, right. Am I back? 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 Yes, I'm back. Very well. So, you can hear me. I get that. Now let's figure out what the freaking happened here. I don't know. So, also the chat is broken. I have to fix this now. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Gonna fix the chat in no second. No, now it worked. So, what is going on? What is going on? Chat is super small now. Jesus. I'll be back with you in a second, guys. I believe I've fixed it by just starting everything all over. Dude. Dude. Royalty-free beats. I don't have the feedback loop right now. This is a very good sign. Wow. Okay. What a pain in the ass. Yeah, everything is how it's supposed to be. All right, guys. Eventually, we will not have any background sound. So I do it like this. I will put it here on the microphone, on the boxes, so can take the headphones off. Yeah. I apologize. I don't know what was happening. I just had this weird feedback loop, and I believe it was a problem of a combination between OBS and YouTube, as a matter of fact. But now everything should be back to normal. Tell me, do you hear any background music? And do you hear my voice? And do you see me? This is what I need to know now, because I have I'm very insecure right now. It looks like everything's all right. It looks like everything's all right. What do you say? Please give me some feedback. It's nothing coming back to me right now, so I'm alone in the dark. Everything's fine now. Yibbidi yabbidi yay. Children, it's quality time. Naira Smith, it's not only quality time, it's quality time. We are back after 1 week break. Last week I have been visiting my hometown, the city of Colonia. It's a western part of Germany. Beautiful city. I was born and raised there, lived there 24 years. I visited my parents, and my mother recently had a stroke. And I was really happy to see that she's up and well. I met her and she was in a really good condition to what happened to her, so everything's pretty smooth and cool. However, of course, due to this week out of Berlin, I've been in delay with everything, guys. And as you can see, it just takes 1 week out of the usual workflow, and then everything that's supposed to work is not working anymore. And that's how fast it goes. Nonetheless, we are back here today in the live stream, and we are going to keep on doing what we have been doing all the time here in this live stream, and that is taking a close look at yet another chapter of the Royal Road to Card Magic. Okay, no background music, so I gotta live with that, and this is not so important. I've got the music here in my room. Maybe that's when it comes to you a little bit. Thank you so much, Norbert Kulska, for the nice words. And yes, and everybody, let's see who's in the house. What we got? We got Flying Wee, Ronald Faber, Honey Badger, Sebastian Hensel, Naira Smith. Flying Wee is in the house also. Shaders Magic, Ronald Faber, Violent Vegan is in the house also. Guys, welcome. So after this really disturbing start here, let's go to the card table right away. Let me show you the power of what we're going to talk about today. And let me start this by one thing. There is this there is this idea out there that the HiNDU shuffle for people in Europe or for people in the United States is kind of confusing because they are not used to it, and that's why sometimes some performers do not prefer using the HiNDU shuffle. I don't know who came up with this first. I believe this is complete bollocks. Here's the thing. Of course, the HiNDU shuffle is not the shuffle commonly used in the States or in Europe, but it is the shuffle commonly used on the Asian continent, and that is over 60% of world population, right? So this is the most used shuffle in the world. And of course, you wouldn't want to use this standalone. But of course, you can integrate the HiNDU shuffle in your card magic. And in combination with the overhand shuffle, this is something very, very powerful. Let me give you a little here example of what we're talking about. So we have 4 cards selected by spectators, right? And what we would do, we would just start shuffling the cards with the HiNDU shuffle, and then we would have the first spectator place the card, first king, in the deck, and we would keep on shuffling on top over there, right? And then we would have another king going there, another spectator card, and then we would keep on shuffling the cards, and we would have another king going on top of there, and we would keep shuffling the cards, and we would, we are very free how we roll this and what time. We just bring the cards in there, and then we shuffle the deck, right? You can do this very, very naturally when you perform with your audience. It's a very interactive situation. Now you have 4 cards lost in the deck. Add a little cut to it or whatever and see where we're at. We got the 4 kings right there on top of the deck. But this is really, really powerful. It's very, very powerful card control you can perform with the HiNDU shuffle. Now, of course, I've got tutorials on the 2 main controls up and running on my channel. So everybody who wants to later on after this live stream really dig into the technique, really take a close look at the in and outs and the subtleties of the handling, as usual in the info cards as well as in the info box, all tutorials, fast-paced tutorials highlighting only the keynotes, and also a in-depth tutorial. This is one of my older tutorials. In case you don't need it, just take a look at it, because I went completely loco bananas shooting this tutorial in a out of space ambient, very nice. And then of course I've got a tutorial on the bottom stalk control, which would look something like this. The great thing about it is it looks completely innocent to layman. There you go, and you got the 4 kings control at the bottom, and of course there is the top stock control, which I basically performed for you right now. No, I lost 1 king, dude. This happens. Where did the other king go? Let me see. I always want to know. Where did the other king go? There it goes. And of course we got a top control, top stock control, which would look something like this. Also very, very neat, right? Very, very neat, very powerful. And again, in combination with the overhand shuffle, this is really a very, very strong foundation to build upon, right? So for example, we have a stock at the bottom, and we give it a HiNDU shuffle. We keep it at the bottom, and with the overhand shuffle we bring it to the top then, right? And add one or another of your favorite false cards. The triple swing false is one of my favorites. Or I've got also this tutorial series up and running on my channel, the 3 boldest false cards in gambling and conjuring. Look at this one. I like this one very much. I use it all the time. And then of course there is what I call the wingman card, just like that. And we got our kings on top of the deck. Now of course this is overdosed right now. This was just an example of how you are enabled with these fundamental techniques, the overhand shuffle, the HiNDU shuffle, and some nice false cards, how you can really vary in your card control. You can always create the impression of the cards being fairly mixed, and yet you keep a stock on top or at the bottom 100% under control, and you can also shift from the bottom to the top. Absolutely, absolutely powerful. Do not underestimate this. As a matter of fact, I believe that this is and should be the core, the really base foundation of every card magician out there, because this is what you do. You shuffle, you cut the cards, you deal the cards, and you perform your tricks. And in the best case scenario, you already managed to have your tricks routined. And if you're clever, then you can use these techniques to get where you need to be ahead of your audience in order to perform some stunning card magic. And once again, of course, if you're just getting started, this stuff is not easy in that sense. It takes time of practice, especially so that you get it at your fingertips, so that you do not have to bring any attention to it, that you don't have to look at the cards, that you don't even have to think about it, so that you really can stay on level with your audience within the interaction, thus creating so much more the illusion of those cards being fairly mixed, right? Isn't that great? It's really, really powerful. So the HiNDU shuffle is the thing here. Now, if we take a look at the preface of the Royal Road to Card Magic, and we are looking at this chapter, what we got here? We got the controlled single card and several cards. I just gave you a presentation of how this could look like. And then we got also the force, the shuffle force, and we got a HiNDU shuffle glimpse, and we got the step and natural jog, and we got the 12 down riffle. Now the 12 down riffle is not really necessarily connected with the HiNDU shuffle, so the chapter is called the HiNDU shuffle and other controls, right? This is the other control we got here. Very nice thing. We take a look at this right away, and then we have two very beautiful card tricks in this chapter. All change here, and then something I can't even pronounce here again. I don't know. This is I have to look it up. My favorite translation site, Lingue. What this means, is this a real word? Well, let me look this up here right now. Want to know? Let's see what this is. By the way, guys, I'm using this absolutely super awesome web browser. As you can see, this is really fast, man. I'm streaming here, wireless. So there's a lot of data going out, and also now still the the browser is performing so fast. It's because it comes with an inbuilt ad blocker. It comes with an inbuilt firewall which blocks all kinds of spyware, trackers and stuff. Really nice browsing experience. And also it comes with a crypto wallet, actually, which enables, if you decide to go with to use the system with the crypto wallet, you don't have to use the browser, but if you do, you can contribute with a cryptocurrency called basic attention token to your favorite content creators. I use the system all the time already. It's absolutely fantastic. Also, you will find at the very end of the info box of this video, find a download link, which is an affiliated link. So if you download it, and if you test the browser for 30 days, I get $5. Or even more now. They changed something there in Europe, maybe even $7, which I get in this cryptocurrency basic attention token, which I immediately transfer to the crypto wallet in the browser, and then the money goes to my favorite content creators. That's the system, just that you know it. And if you don't know this browser yet, and if you want to pimp your privacy standards surfing online, this is a really nice choice. Now, enough here. This is the site, and let's get into this thing here. How it's called? It's EVEPHINDIT. I thought so. EVEPHINDIT. There's nothing. There's just a blank site. Now, no translation. If you guys know what that is, what that means, please let me know. Right? So we got Tyler Dotz in the house. Hi, Tyler Dotz. Awesome you're tuning in. That's amazing. So, the tricks are very wonderful, and there's one trick, this last one here, whatever it is called, whatever it means. This is just one of these little byplays you can add into your repertoire. You can use impromptu all the time. It's absolutely fantastic, amazing. And then the other trick is a little more complex, and I like this very much, and I want to really walk through you guys over this, because a lot of techniques blend together here. It's a very nice design. Actually, this is already a routine which makes use of this stupid thing you can do with the HiNDU shuffle. Do you know this one guy here, guys? This is how you show a deck just being one card. Okay, I got here only the 3 of spades in the deck. Check this out, only the 3 of spades, right? That's crazy, to the very last card, 3 of spades. It's a very funny thing. I've learned very early, and I use it quite often actually, but just, you know, as a little byplay, as a little fun thing to do, you know, in between. Because you will not fool everybody with this, at the not even many, but that's not about really fooling the people with this. It's more like you know, playing a little game, being playful with what you do, as because our main objective, of course, is to entertain our audience, right? So this is something very, very lovely. Coming with the HiNDU shuffle, it's a force. People, you can give it a try, you know, to force a card like this, and I believe you actually do this in the world's best card trick. This is where you need to do this. There are some trick designs where you need to force like this, right? but I wouldn't rely too much on it. You know, it's a very nice thing. However, of course, you can produce very nice force from the top of the deck. So we got the 6 of clubs here on top of the deck, right? Now check this out. I'm starting to shuffling the cards, and I have a spectator ask me to stop anytime. Spectator stops me at any position, and guess what? There is the 6 of clubs. Now I have a card force, and then I just lose the card in the deck. I just keep on shuffling over there, just like that. Now the forced card is lost in the deck, right? Or it's already thrown somewhere else. It's very nice. It's something very nice. You can also use, of course, to get ready for palming. Right? So we got the card lost in the deck right there. We square them up and we place the cards onto the table right there. You can see I'm flashing here a little bit. I got the 6 of clubs already palmed. So this is something very, very useful, very, very powerful in every way. Now, of course, all these techniques, they are not a means in itself. They are techniques you want to use to get a step ahead of your audience, and you want to use those techniques and all these false shuffling, all these card controls via shuffling and cutting cards. You want to use this stuff, you know, to perform really entertaining, really decent card magic. And this one trick we're going to look here in a short time is one of these tricks. However, I probably have to really go step by step through it, because I don't have this at my fingertips. And there are some moments where, of course, practice would be needed to really get this down. However, remember 2 weeks ago, the last trick in the chapter here we had, it was called Mountebank Miracle. Do you guys remember Mountebank Miracle? It was the trick where I ended saying I don't really understand why it works. I just have to remember how it works. Okay, let me synopsisize this one for you a little short time, because what I did, I put this into my repertoire. I performed this quite often, actually, throughout the last 2 weeks. I just wanted to give it a try. So let's forget about the kings here. What we do, we have a spectator. I have the spectator shuffle the cards, right? That's how I start this one. So the spectator would shuffle the cards. We give the cards a genuine shuffle. Of course, I keep here for the sake of it the kings at the bottom. And then I ask the spectator to lift up a small portion, between 5 to 10 cards or something, from the top of the deck. And the spectator does so, lifting up a small portion of cards from the top of the deck. And then I would turn around and I would say, count the number of the cards. And the spectator would count the number of the cards. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be 5 cards. However, the spectator shall not tell me how many cards they got at their hands. So it's 5 cards. So remember the number you got there and put the cards away. So the cards go away. And then I would explain to the spectator, now the number defines your choice here, your card. So I'm now dealing down a bunch of cards, and at the number of your card, you memorize the card, right? Here's a little bit of understanding of the trick. I found out that I had problems to get my audience to understand what I want from them. I did not follow the pattern in a Royal Road to Card Magic, and this is just some extra thing. Now, they said it at the beginning of the book, Who Got Embroye, right? They said it at the beginning that you should follow their lead, going chapter by chapter, but also that you should kind of stick to the build up or to the design of the tricks. They are all bulletproof tricks, they are time-proven tricks, and if they fail, it's probably because you did something wrong. Now, they say there's something at the beginning of the book. Now, of course, I'm a very delusional person, you know, who I don't need to follow rules, you know, because I know better. So I just jazz around with the things. And then I realized that I had problems explaining my audience what I want from them in this situation. Just that you know, maybe this happens to you at some point. That's where you got to step back. Maybe you look back at the original design of the trick in order to figure out what you're doing wrong there, right? So we're in the same situation. We have the spectator remembered 5 cards the number 5. I'm dealing now down, and remember the 5th card. So I'm dealing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now spectator memorizes the 7 of clubs because this is number, and I keep on going. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And after the 15th card, I said, was your number already in there? And he said, yes. So you got the card memorized. Very well. I say, give me your cards. Place all there. Now look to the table. Look to the table. You got your card. Just think of your card. It will come jumping right at you. And then I go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's a trick. The spectator's card, they only thought of the card at the point where you showed them to them. Only they did know the number, you didn't know the number, you're dealing down, and then their card lands face up onto the table. Now, if you are now looking there and saying, it's not so spectacular, you're right, or respectively, I had the same impression when I thought about it. I gave it a try, and I realized that this actually holds a strong impact. I had people really looking at the table and then they're going like, how's that? How? There was a genuine and a true reaction of surprise and wonder coming with this trick. Absolutely fantastic. It is there, the chapter before, it's the last trick. Mountebank, what is it called? What is it called? Mountebank Miracle or something. Highly recommended. It's very nice. So now I got some feedback here. Ronald Faber said, if you did pronounced out loud, you find it. If you did. What does it mean, man? Tell me what it means. You guys know I'm a dyslexic. This is one of these words. That's just like, it just breaks my head, you know? It's just too crazy. I don't understand it. I don't understand why there is no background. Do you hear some background music now coming from the boxes? Because then we can do it like this in the future. Because it's really exhausting to do a live stream with the headphones on. Like, it's way too professional for me. Yeah, I'm stupid. Unbelievable. You find it. What is this? What is this? 20th century humor? That's retarded. Old time humor, yeah. It's like it's baby boomer humor. It's even worse than that. Yeah, right. Let's go right into this trick because it's really nice. So page 190. Yeah. Right, so what we need to do is, and they are not very precise here, you can do it the way you want it. You have a card, and you have a card drawn, note it, and return to the back, bring it to the top by means of the HiNDU shuffle. Okay, so we have a spectator select a card, any card. We got the 2 of hearts. We lose the 2 of hearts in the deck. We bring it to the top with the HiNDU shuffle, and now I feel like I lost it. Yeah, I didn't catch the break well. And now we control the card with the overhand shuffle to the bottom of the deck. So we got the spectator's card now at the bottom of the deck. And now we have the card shuffle, which you say like, let me find your card. Let me just go like this. Check it out. Is this your card? The spectator goes, no, this is not my card. and then you say, well then let's, what they say, then very fine, let's work with it. So we fan out the cards again, and we say, let's have the card lost here somewhere in the deck. Put it in there somewhere in the deck. And the spectator puts it somewhere in the center of the pack, and just right in this position, bang, done. And you say, look at this now. What are the odds? You just put the card face, oh no, the card needs to be face up. Did I put it face down? I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. So once again, one more time. We have a spectator select any card. Now we have the Joker, and we lose the card with the HiNDU shuffle, bringing it to the top, right? And then we bring it to the bottom with the overhand shuffle, right? Just like that. Look at this. I'm shuffling like a crazy person. So, and then we say, look, is this your card? Right? No, the spectator says, no, the Queen of Diamonds is not my card. It was the Joker. And then we say, you know what? Let's lose the Joker here in the deck completely. Let's go for this position here, right here. Face up. We leave it face up so that we can see it right in the center. Bang, done, done. And now look. What are the odds? Because you placed your queen right there, somewhere in the center of the pack, right? And check out what we got here on top of the queen. And that is your card, the Joker. Really nice, isn't it? Something very, very, very quick, very fast. Something you can do anytime, but with probably any deck, any given deck. So what we got here? We got something which I overlooked, I believe, when we talked about the key card, right? So when we spread the cards, classic spread, right? It's all seemingly beginner stuff. It's what we do all the time. We push the bottom card right there, you know, you see it, into our other hand. And of course we do this hidden. And now at any point where the spectator would enter a card, we have the card from the bottom and we place it there. So let's do it again with the 3 of clubs. We spread the cards, and at a certain point we bring the card. Now I do this exposed here a little bit so that you can see it. All right? I transfer it from the right to the left. And then I have any card, 6 of clubs, and we'll bring the 3 of clubs right on top of there. Key card. Placing the key card. Something you can practice very easily. Yeah? Just shifting the package. So what you do here when we hold a classic spread. By the way, also, if you're a bloody beginner watching, I've got a tutorial series on covering the basics, the basic grips, and also of course spreading the cards, which we need all the time. So when we spread the cards with our right hand, we would push this one forward, a little bit like for the bottom deal, right? And if you practice this a little bit, you can push them forward only with these 2 fingers. So everything's nice and covered. And as soon as you push it forward a little bit, you transfer the card here. This is the card, the Ace of Diamonds. You transfer it here with the tips of the right hand fingers, and you just pull it to the side while you keep on spreading the cards. And at the point where you transfer the cards, naturally the card becomes the bottom card. And when you close the spread again, you position your key card. Very nice technique. Have you heard about it before? Very nice technique, and used here immediately for this very beautiful trick. So let's do this once again. And what I like about this so much also is that this little routine gives you a little bit of, you know, getting into controlling cards with the HiNDU shuffle and with the overhand shuffle. So we have a spectator select a card, and this time it's a genuine choice from a HiNDU shuffle. Now we got the Jack of Clubs. We control the Jack of Clubs to the top with the HiNDU shuffle, and then you're performing now for an American or for an European audience. What I like to say is, like, by the way, this is a so-called HiNDU shuffle. This is how folks shuffle on the Asian continent. This is the most used shuffle in the world. In our spheres, of course, we shuffle like this. We shuffle overhand shuffle. It's called the overhand shuffle, but it's pretty much the same thing. Packages go top down. You know, that's shuffling cards, right? And thus controlling now the target card, spectator's card, the Jack of Clubs, I believe it was. The gliding key card, Naira Smith. That's right. It's the gliding key card to the bottom of the deck. There we go. Now I say, like, look, I'm such a card sharp. I'm so good, you know, although I shuffle all the cards, I can find your card in no time. Bang. Now, spectator turns a card over and says, no, that's not my card. It's very close. Yeah, it's just a 5. It's just a 6 from the jack, right? Anyway, so let's work with this. Let's bring the flash here. I didn't look. It doesn't matter. Let's bring the card in there and leave it face up. Right there, face up. Of course, now this is what the spectator was doing. And then we close the cards. Like, that's it. I would do it like that. That's it. Just put the card in there. Free choice, right? Now check this out. What are the odds, man? You put the cards right there. And any of these cards could be your card. Now check this out. Where you put your card right underneath the Jack of Clubs. I love it. Laymen are enjoying this, are enjoying stuff like that. It's a really nice thing. And the gliding key card is an absolutely fantastic technique to place a key card. And now, of course, with the camera blurring, everybody knowing what's going on, now I didn't flash so much, but you gotta be a little bit careful. But of course, in a performance situation, stuff like this is more stress-free than you would think, because laymen do not know about these things, right? And as long as you're not too tensed with the handling of the cards, you should be okay. By the way, there is this other very beautiful control. Let me see if I can pull this down. Where you have somebody pick a card out of a classic spread. Like, you want to have this one? Very well. Take a look. 7 of spades. And we leave the 7 of spades right where we found it. Look, you can see the card and we're going in there. Bang, that's it. Boom. Right? And now we're ready for the same situation, basically. It's cool. It's very cool. It's very cool because now the 7 of spades is on top of the deck. It's the 5 of clubs, right? So I just need to place the cards on the table and I make the abracadabra, and then the 7 of spades comes to the top. Yay! Very nice. I have to practice this a little more. I love this control so much. You need to play a little bit with the spectator. Say, look, this one or this one. You want to have this one? Are you sure? Okay, check it out. Memorize the card, King of Diamonds, and then you have to be very gentle with it. Just in one motion, bang, and already the King of Diamonds is at the bottom of the deck. What a lovely control! I love this so much. I should do this more often. You know, I'm too fixated, too obsessed with the pass. You know. So now this is right. By the way, I can highly recommend a DVD from Magic Markers. It's about $25 and a great addition to the book. For Magic Markers, is there more than one product? How's it called? I forgot. David Williamson? No. Really good card, man. It's complete the DVD set. But this is more than $25. What's it called? Anybody knows? There's the whole railroad to card magic. Paul Wilson. Oh man, I'm so bad with names. Okay, guys, I have not been reading your comments all the time because I'm here. So not just Asian, Africans, and South Americans use it too. Honey writes. So it's the most used shuffle in the world, right? Yokoman 058 is in the house. Hey, Yokoman, I hope you're still with us. That King Assembly is dope as fuck. I won't lie. Super clean control, Spike Medley. Okay, this I haven't been reading for such a long time. Good evening, admirers in chat. Frederick Barut. Frederick, hey, I hope you're still with us. I was so, into my thoughts. So, I'm sorry. The Magic Corner is in the house. Hello again. And now it's called the gliding key card, yeah? So I purchased the DVD set, and after all of these live streams, I will start watching the DVD. That's great. That's great. Guys, I'm telling you guys, this study of the railroad to card magic with these DVDs and with this live stream series here, and if you actually go out and you perform your stuff, this will really set the course for you. Everything next, you will be so much more aware, so much more secure in your choices, what you choose, what you do. This is really great. And it's really a privilege, guys. It's really so much a privilege doing this with you. I have a blast of the time. And also, of course, I'm learning myself a lot actually doing this, you know. And I had to laugh. This was so funny. Let me see. I want to pull this out here. Spike Madley just shared a picture on our Discord server. I want to show you this, guys. This is so funny. Something is wrong with the camera here. Also, I'm looking like a freaking zombie. I ain't got nothing under control here. Right, this is the Discord server. By the way, you should find the link to the Discord server in the info box. I hope so. It's there. You see this little picture here? Let me zoom this up. This is Spike Madley's working station here, right there, right? Look, we got the book, the card magic. The Roy wrote the card magic. We got a deck of cards here on his laptop, very nice. And the thumbnail of this live stream has been so dope. It's also working on photographed from screen, right? And we got some cards here and some props, and then very nice here. I see a close-up mat, I believe, and then we got this three-way mirror, you know. So Spike Madley is serious. He's serious about what he's doing. He got the mirrors, you know. Everybody who got the mirrors is on another is immediately on another level. So what's going up there? This thumbnail on a big TV screen is creepy. Yeah. Right. And Nyrus was right on Discord. I can just about hear OTHMARIUS in a maniacal voice going, "Hello, children. It's quality time." It's not only quality time. It's quality time. I'm guessing because you got your cards out, hopefully. And now I have to go here back into trying to correct what's going on with me. So this is a little bit better. I don't know. Are you guys having a great time with what we're doing here today? We are. I don't even know how long are we rolling down here. We are now. It's 47 minutes only. It's 47 minutes only. Now it feels so much longer. I guess it's because we had a break last week, and because of that now my time my senses are weak. You know. So. Back to the card table. Are you having any questions when it comes to the techniques we've been using here? Yesterday I used FaceTime as a mirror practicing controls while the students wrote exam. Are you a teacher? Are you a teacher practicing sleight of hand while your students are writing exams? Is that what you're telling me? Sebastian answers, is that what you're telling me? Are you a teacher and you're practicing sleight of hand while your students are doing an exam? That's funny. That's so funny. What are you teaching? Okay, Runner Faber is having a great time. Okay, we're good. So let me briefly give you a little bit here on the handling of the HiNDU shuffle. Now, of course, the fundamental grip is key here again, you know. When you hold the cards in your right hand, you have them in this position, you know. Clipped mainly between thumb and second finger and the ring finger and the pinky. They secure this grip here, and the index might rest loose here on top of the deck. Now, you receive the card with an open left hand, or mirrored if you're a lefty, right? So one first key is that the cards get clipped only between the tips of thumb and middle finger, right? And check this out. When I come here to get hold of the cards, do you see this? My thumb is pretty much parallel in contrast to my middle finger. As I carry the package away and have it drop into a straddle position. Now that's the basic move, right? Now I have advanced this a little bit. So if you take a close look here, I'm going with almost with the diagonal in there, following the natural line of my thumb. I still can clip the cards easy peasy here, but this enables me to get into the hand and keeping the pinky here in check, keeping the cards secured at the inner short side. Try this out, guys. It's a very different to what you usually see. Usually you see the cards going over like this, and then you have to get your pinky even out of the way a little bit. And then you're in this situation that you're not really free to move your hands because the cards go everywhere. With this technique, I can really make a large movement because it's the left hand. I'm pulling the cards with my left hand. I keep my right hand almost steady, which creates this beautiful effect of them cards really being pulled out. See that? And this is what I want you to do when you Hindu shuffle the cards. It looks so much better. Now see, this one card dropped. I can really kind of swing up and down with my hand because I got the pinky here in check, and still it's not in my way, you know? And immediately, if the cards drop, they balance out in the hand anyways, right? Check this out. That's the Hindu shuffle. It's just the keynotes on the most important elements of the technique here. So, of course, when we are stealing cards from the first portion, what we do in order to perform the force or the control, we have to go in straight, and we have to get our pinky out of the way in this motion, right? Because what we do, we come and you see the tips of the thumb and the middle finger are protruding over the bottom card, right? And you use these tips to pick up a portion here of cards from them in your palm, just like that when you pull them out. And now you're holding this break here, you can see. Now if you keep on shuffling, you just have to shuffle to the break, and you controlled the cards you picked up to the top, right? So one more time, I shuffle off a card, I come, I have my pinky out of the way, and it's really got out of the way here. I pick them cards up, I get into the position with the pinky, I log it in, and I shuffle the cards. Now, this is a little sophisticated technique here. This is probably beyond of what you have learned of seeing on the Hindu shuffle. But for me, I'm working in an environment, and I'm a character. I'm working very wide and open and wild. You know, I'm a crazy guy. So I want to have the Hindu shuffle. I just want to show them people like people. I'm shuffling the cards like crazy. Of course, I try to make this transition at the point where I pick up the cards as short as possible, but still, of course, there's no worries in the moment where just go over there, get a good grip of them before I go nuts shuffling cards. See my performances of this? If you follow me along here, I'm getting good results with this, right? Just like that, controlling any card. What I got here? We got the Joker on top. Let me reverse this. Joker goes here, picking up the Joker, shuffling the Joker to the top. This is how it looks like exposed. One more time. Didn't catch a break. 1, 2, 3, 4, build until the Joker comes to the top. Right? Very, very nice control. Now, take that. Have the Joker. Pick him up. Shuffle the cards. And when the spectator says stop, at that point, drop the cards from the bottom on top of there, and you force the card. It is almost just like the overhand force, right? This one here, where you pick the cards up and you shuffle and you let them drop when the spectator says stop. Now I lost it. I'm losing here again. What the is going on? Okay, we got the queen of spades on top of the deck. So the overhand shuffle force, Jesus. Yeah? This still happens to me, that the cards should just go flipping around. Stopping at any point, and there you go. Card force. Just the same thing. You pick up the cards, a little portion of cards, shuffling the cards, and you don't have to go so fast like I do right now. It's just okay if you have a natural pace, and you got. Very, very powerful, the force here. Once again, shuffle off a portion, come over, pick up the cards as you pull the top portion out. Do this in a constant pace with an okay speed, and it will deceive your onlooker's eyes. There's no way around it. It's very, very deceptive, very, very powerful. As a matter of fact, it's one of the most powerful tools I know, just like with the overhand shuffle here, with the overhand shuffle force. Absolutely powerful. I'm using this all the time to control cards, to get them stuck. You can also shuffle, of course, from the other side with the overhand shuffle. Spectators even see all them cards getting mixed, but there's your queen. This is the power of all this stuff. This is the power. This is the foundation. This is where, when you get this down, you basically you just have to make a choice what tricks you wanna use. So guys, I need to make a little break here before we go into the tricks. So Sebastian Hansen says German language and literature as well as psychology and philosophy. Wow, dude, man, that's a combination. But I guess you do this in German, right? Or are you or from a different country? Is German a foreign language you teach? Yeah, it's a combination, man. Now, I don't want to intimidate anybody, but I did study history, philosophy, and musicology in Berlin. It's years ago. Spent a lot of time at the university because our compared to what's going down in the United States today, this is kind of socialism. It was for free, and you could stay as long as you wanted, as long as you could pay your rent. And I read the big guys. As you can tell, because I got a lot of brain damage from that. In Austria. Now, it's not so much a foreign language, right? Where do you teach? In what level do you teach philosophy and psychology? Because I know that these subjects can be taught on very different levels. So, little break. And by the way, guys, feel free to share if you want to. What's up in your lives? What do you do? I never worked as an academic. Actually, I've worked for the longest time in my life, and I still do. This is my so-called daytime job. That's my financial base as a nursing assistant, you could say. I am an assistant for people with disability. No, violent vegan. What turns you from a boy into a man is palming. And everybody else tries it with sex. But okay, if it was good for you, be my guest. Yeah, but that's my audience, quite literature. Do you say this? How do you say this? Literate, well read. I'm so sorry that you can't have the background music, because I'm listening here again to the royalty-free beats now, and they have really, really nice royalty-free music. I have to fix it for the next live stream. I apologize, guys. So Sebastian Hensel is teaching for the Allgemeine Höherbildende Schule from the 9th to 12th grade, just before they join university. Very well. So So the very important phase in everybody's life who's getting that kind of education. As a matter of fact, I have never really gotten quite into philosophy as a philosopher would maybe. Because I did study in combination with history, and I was all the time interested in ideologies and in worldviews and in historical narratives and a theory of history. I just couldn't get over it, how humans would explain their existence on a historical scale and just making shit up along the way, you know. I always found this extremely intriguing, and of course, just around the corner is the question, begs the question of how we get to know things after all and at all. And funny enough, I also, of course, did a lot of different art forms. I performed as a musician, as a writer, as a poetry slammer, and so on. And with magic, when I discovered magic, it's now about 15 years ago, all these things I did before kind of fell into place, and I experienced magic as an art form where all these different things I did before in my life kind of find a very beautiful use. That's basically why I'm so hooked on magic, you know. If it just was card tricks or illusions, oh my god, you know. But in this context, for me, I really love it. I remember myself as a young student. I wasn't much so young, and it was Descartes, and I read the meditations of Descartes, and this shit cracked up my mind. Literally, it was crazy. It was the most intense experience I had reading a book. This changed literally the way I was viewing and experiencing the world. And I had a lot of trouble with my teachers or professors. They very often I heard they told me, you know, you are making your life way too hard on yourself. Okay, there's a different there's a different route. It's already set for you, and you don't really have to go so deep into these things, you know. Take care of yourself, you know. And when you have an exam, you know, there's a set of things you just need to know. We want you that you know them, and then it's okay. But you don't have to, you know, you don't have to go that deep and relive kind of every philosophical question or experience. And I was always thinking, well, while I'm at it, why not, you know? Free drugs, you know? So, Niall Smith writes, as a software developer, I mostly read technical books, no time for literature. Well, make time a little bit, you know? It's just, life is short, maybe. But I'm not saying, there's nothing you have to do in life, except for taking a shit occasionally and at the end die. But in between you can do what you want. But if you feel like you're just too focused on one field, it sometimes really helps to go into some other field, you know, and just loosen it up. It's so important, because we live in a stressy world, man. Everything goes so quickly, and we have to, we got to be ready all the time. So Loosen up. Leaf Smiles writes, magic is a way of life. Yeah, yes, it is. For me, at least. It is. Ronald Faber's magic and mentalism. I love the psychological aspect of it all. Yes, absolutely. It's crazy. It is literally crazy how little we know about our own how little we know about ourselves in behalf of our daily experience. You know, all the dead spots we have, all the neuroses, all the routines, all the things we go through a day, and most of this happens subconsciously. And studying magic, and even only as a performing art, even only as a hobby, you know, you really get pointed at a certain point. You get really pointed at these aspects of life. You know, how humans operate. You know, and this is so beautiful about it for me too. This is just true for everybody. You know, what we did, the psychological tricks and the misdirection we're working with, or the trickery we use to deceive our audience, to create illusions. You know, it works for everybody. It's like there's every on that page, everybody is the same. You know, it's crazy. It's amazing. Thus Speaks Zarathustra was the one that changed the world for me. It reveals the truth that no one dare speak while vegan. If you say so. Of course, Darren Brown is then a favorite of Ronald Faber. Yeah, he's a very interesting character. And he had how is the guy called? Well, let me check this out. Because there was an interview with Darren Brown, which I want to recommend. Absolutely fantastic. Let me see if I can find this now. Oh man, I'm forgetting everything. What is happening here on YouTube? Let me see. No, let's go to subscriptions. Russell, how's it called? Russell, come on, he needs to be here. There, yeah. Russell Brand, right. Russell Brand, who used to be a stand-up comedian, who turned out to be kind of a soul-searching philosopher type of, you know, life coach, something, but I don't know. Russell Brand has an interview out with Darren Brown. Absolutely, I highly recommend this interview. That was one of the two most beautiful dudes together, having and it was really nice to see Darren Brown in this context, you know. That and listening to Velvet Underground and Nico also life-changing. I like that comment very much. Of course. Velvet Underground. Pale Blue Eyes. Oh, man. Yeah. We're here at Storytime, making a little break from the cuts, but we're getting back. We have one more trick to go here today. But Lou Reed is also a huge influence in my life. Lou Reed. And when I heard of his death, I don't know, it's when it was. I was in a bar and I just couldn't stop from when you know, that was the moment when everything's too much and you got so much things happening, so many legends died and stuff. So I'm at the bar with the cold one, and then some guy says, Lou Reed died. I was sitting at the bar, you know, with surrounded with strangers, and I just started crying. I couldn't stop myself. I started crying, and then the bartender was so nice. He said, "Oh, come on, it's like free drinks now here. Everybody gets a shot," and then we listened to some Lou Reed songs. That was a lovely moment. Yeah, but Nico, HOTHMARIUS fans are awesome. Ronald Faber, yes, I think so too. I mean, like, this is a community. If we getting into talking like that, that's I'm excited. Guys, you're amazing. HOTManiacs, you guys are amazing. So Ronald Faber, you know already the interview I was talking about. Blew my mind, man. And of course, by the way, did you know that Darren Brown is also an excellent card man, and he's got something out. I don't know, the Devil's Paper book or something. He's got a whole a routine of very, very beautiful, very sophisticated card magic out there. And in this, on this DVD, I believe it's a DVD set or something, he said that at a certain point the psychology of it all was so much more intriguing to him, so he walked away from the cards, doing what he's doing today, you know. And yeah, I could talk about this for hours and hours. This is now a magic buddy nerd talk, you know. It's like it's an intriguing. Darren Brown is one of the most intriguing magic performers alive today, I believe, and he's walking the line right between us. Like, he's one of these guys who managed to at least for a layman audience create the sensation of like, this dude has something special going on about him, right? And of course, he never claimed to have supernatural powers, and he always points out that there is this psychology going on. But he likes to, you know, to play it a little spooky and push the edges, to go to the into the mythological, you know, spiritual world. And then he always explains it. It's only psychology and stuff. But it's exciting. It's exciting stuff he's doing. But it's not for me as a magician, or where I want to go as a magician. Not my piece of cake. I just want to entertain folks with card tricks and with stupid jokes, and that's it for me, you know. Card disappears, card comes back. Thank you very much. Okay, back to the card table here. Back to the card table. So now this one trick, and this is what we do. I have to go through this. So we have here, first of all. But before, I just wanted to read this one out here, because that's how I started it. It says, like, the shuffle, which goes by this interesting name, is an excellent sleight which serves a number of purposes. It may be used as a genuine shuffle, as a method of controlling a card or a number of cards, as a force, as a glimpse. It's not difficult, and it's genuinely deceptive, right? So we have all of this down. By the way, the glimpse. Remember the chapter of the glimpse? So we have we shuffle the cards, and since the bottom card plays intact, you just can glimpse the bottom card in this tapping motion anytime. Right? Get a good glimpse here. Very easy. And it's super innocent. Laymen don't do this. So you go like, you say like, let's shuffle the card. You have the card lost in the deck. You want to place a key card, right? You have a spectator's card, and you don't know the card of the spectator, 8 of hearts, and then you just, you know, play with the key card. You have them. Oh man, what am I doing? You shuffle the cards, and then you tap them, and you see the card, the bottom card, and then you place your key card on top of there. Done. You're done with the key card. You know. Also with the HiNDU shuffle, you don't even need to know all the control techniques, the steals or something. Now technique, before we go into the trick, we got here the step, and we got the natural jog. This is what I wanted to show you also. This is, however, I would place this somewhere else. This is catching a break. Using an in jog, or just catching a break. And this is when you have shuffled the cards, right? And you want to catch a break here. What you can do is you can throw the cards on top of there, and see, even from this position, this looks very innocent. Now I've got the outer portion out jogged here a little bit, and now when I come to square up the cards, I push the package a little bit up. You can lift the whole package up here, and by doing so, catching the break, right? So I shuffle the cards, and then I just throw the cards on top of there, and then I catch the break. Got the break here. Very nice, a little bit here. There's another technique of doing this. I do this in another context. So this is when you would, maybe you do it like this. You have a thumb riffle. You have a spectator select a card, check it out. And what you would do is you throw the card in a manner like this on top of the deck, like this. And it creates this. Now this is exaggerated, but if you have the card, the top portion drop in a 45 degrees angle at the outer edge falling onto the pretty much here at the outer third from the long sides. This creates this situation. See that? The cards come jumping out here, creating an outjog very naturally, right? And then you can pick up this outjog and catch the break. And by the way, there's also a version where you do this from the side, because the same thing happens when you have them drop here from the side. You see this here? It's now outjogged at the side, and when you push this thing in, guess what happens? It comes out here at the end, and you got again a very good situation to catch a break. And that's a very nice thing here in between there, yeah? And now we go to the trick. Now we go to all change here. And we also got Deckhead in the house now. Hey Deckhead, what's up? I refer everyone to your overhand tutorial. Thank you so much. It's a good one. So, some genuine swing cuts. Let's go for this trick. And this trick is very beautiful because it's kind of a routine. Now, this is here. A lot of things fall together. So we will control cards, we will palm cards, and we will play a little bit with the onlookers' minds. Very nice trick. Let's go into it. So, in this effectively the HiNDU shuffle is used to show that apparently every card in the deck is the same. It's an artifice that is useful in several other good tricks, right? So this thing we're talking about, we're gonna make use of this, that we just have this one card, we just have one ace of spades in play, right? As if we would use a Svengali deck. All of this, of course, is just, where's the camera? Is just an illusion. What am I doing? Like, this angle is so sick. It's just an illusion, right? So, have the deck shuffled by a spectator. Instruct him to remove one card and then pass the deck to a second spectator. Let this person also remove one card and then return the deck to you. So we have two random cards selected by two random spectators. Of course, we always pick the most beautiful ones. You know, we don't want to work with the ugly spectators. Hold the deck in your left hand with the right finger on the top of the hand. Remove the top half at the same time, making the back slip and just placing the second card on top. So now, have the selected cards return to the deck and control them to the top by means of the HiNDU shuffle, so that the top card is the second spectator's card. So right, so we have now this card we lost in the deck again with the HiNDU shuffle. First card goes in, we got the 10 of hearts, boom, goes in there. We shuffle a bunch of cards on top of there. We lose the second card there. We got the Jack of hearts, 10 of hearts, also this card. We just shuffle a bunch of cards on top of there, and we're good to go, right? And now we separate, we split the deck in half. Let me do it like this. We split the deck in half, fair enough. One half goes down, one half goes here, right? That's a little bit messy. Let's do it like this. There we go. No, that doesn't, I want to have them even. Now, this isn't something I'm doing right now because I'm an idiot, but it doesn't matter. Something like this. Okay. Ask the first man to name a number, say between 5 and 15. So we now have a spectator say a number. And now I need a number, guys, between, let's say, 5 and 15. Please, one number. Tushanimbalka 007 says it's 12:45 at India right now. I'm watching Card Magic live at 12:45 a.m. Well, hey, we got 21:19 p.m. in Germany, and I need a number now. I need a number between 5 and 15, let's say. Six. Spike Madley, first run ruled. So we got the 6. I think I'm only HiNDU here besides HiNDU Shuffle. Welcome to the HiNDU Shuffle. We already talked about this. Like, where you live, everybody does the HiNDU Shuffle. Where I live, everybody does the overhand shuffle. But you guys are the majority, right? On the Asian continent, we got over 60% of human population living. Think about that. So we have the 6. So what we now do, we count the 6 cards, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Spike Medley, check this out. Your card is in the 6th position, right? That's crazy. Let me show you this. It's your card, you know, 6 from the top. That's crazy, isn't it? After all the shuffling, right? So let's try this with this other one. This is a close spread, place the packet under number 10, left hand, blah, blah. Pick up the other packet, and in the course of an overhand shuffle. So right, now I need to overhand shuffle. And now I will give this a little overhand shuffle. So Tushan in Balka, overhand shuffle. In case you don't know it, you just shuffle the cards a little bit in this manner, right? And that's it. So we shuffle the cards. We'll kindly name another number between 5 and 15. As you say, this push. Okay, I would do this now differently. It doesn't matter now. Now I need now another number. I need another number. Between 5 and 15. Not a number between 5 and 15. Now I'm feeling like one of these television guys who tries to sell people shit and stuff, and then like, yeah, call the number, call the 9. Spike Medley is the first in the house here again. So we got 9, right? So we got the first card, and it is the 9 of spades. Doesn't matter. We got first card. It's 9. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 9th card, right? Let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so that I didn't do anything wrong. And we got the 9th card, and it is the Jack of Hearts. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? It is once again the spectator's card. So now, and everything goes like this, right? So now I've got the 2 packages. That's it. So we have the first part of the routine. We have 2 selections found at 2 random numbers in the 2 packages. And now we say, and this I highlighted here, now really, you, the magician, continues. I do not, as a rule, explain how these feats are done, but this one is so delightfully simple that I will show it to you, and you will be able to have some fun with it yourself, right? So here's the premise of this thing, which I highlighted because this is something you can also embed into your own stuff whenever you please, like bringing kind of a little bit of explanation of what is going on in there, but then actually, you know, using this just as a setup to play games with your audience. They like it. They like it. The people of the world like it. So, right now I have the package. I take another package. And now I say, the fact is that all these cards are 5 of hearts. Hence, it made no difference to me what number you called. Look, also, we have here the 10 of hearts in play. Now, of course, when we would perform this, everything goes much smoother. It's much faster. There is no memory loss of the card. We have the first selection, 5 of hearts has been found at a certain position, and now we are under the premise of explaining to the spectator how it goes and saying to the spectator, look, I have only 10 of hearts here in this deck, and I go for the HiNDU shuffle and say, look, there's only 10 of hearts in this deck, so what can you do about this? Only 10 of hearts, and then we take the other package and we do the same thing, right? So, the second pack by drawing it back to. Right, now we do the same thing with the HiNDU shuffle. We start shuffling the cards, and then we say, look, in this package there's only Jack of Hearts, right? There is built to the very last card only Jack of Hearts in the package, right? And then we go back to this package, and how would we do then? So now we have a spectator select another card out of the package that only consists of 10 of hearts, right? So we have only 10 of hearts in this package, and we have the spectator say stop anytime, and they stop us anytime, and we give the spectator a card. Very nice. And now we do the same thing here in any way. We just how do I do it? Ah, right. We give them cards, one more shuffle, and now here I would use the overhand shuffle first. I say, you stop me anytime, and where you stop me, right there is your card. Very well. Now you pick the card out of the package with only what is it, Jack of Hearts, right? And now turn the cards around, and you will find those positions reversed. Yeah. Did you guys read about this trick already in the book? So I don't have to explain this here, right? Now I'll walk through this very slowly. We're gonna get one walkthrough. We are now live 1 hour and 25 minutes with currently 14 people watching, and it was a little bit annoying because it's always annoying seeing somebody having a hard time trying to figure something out. But that is how it goes down. This is how we learn magic, and this is what we all have to experience when we try to improve ourselves with what we do, right? So we have 2 cards randomly selected. We have them seemingly lost in the deck using the HiNDU shuffle control, right? We talked about this from the technique here. So the 2 cards are on top of the deck after shuffling the card. At this point, from a spectator's point of view, those 2 cards are lost in the deck. Now we have to separate the packages. We're going to do a slip cut now. Slip cut, right? So you can do it like this, in this manner, or you can do it the way I did it now, which I would prefer probably. Maybe like saying, like I cut the cards very fairly here in half. So this half goes to you, and this half goes to you, or whatever. It looks much easier for me. Now I have both cards on top of the deck. No, what did I do wrong? I'm stupid. Right, so it didn't work like this. Now I have both cards at the top of the deck, and this is where we are. And now we are going to find the cards at the position, and the first one, we said we have a number between 5 and 15, and this is really easy. You count the cards into your right hand and you transfer this to the bottom, basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as soon as you reach a card, you just turn them over. And there's the 5th position. This is like really a bold move. It's not really a fooler, but because this is not it's just one step in the game, not so much of a biggie. All these cards, and there's a little nice convincer you can bring in here when you just fan out the cards, and then you see they comes really from the top, right? Just a little convincer. Bring everything of this underneath the package and place it down. Now there is the same thing happening with the other package. However, we now here create a pinky break under the second of the top. No. So right, I have now the target card on top. I need now one card more on there, and we do this with the HiNDU, with the overhand shuffle, right? So these are the steps. You see, there are a lot of steps you have to memorize. One card over there, we in-jog, we shuffle over there, and then undercut. Now I have the target card at the second from the top. So what's happening now? We have again a spectator name us a number. Let's stay here with the 5 again. Now we create a pinky break as we turn the first card around, and then we pick, and then we have a double lift, right? Now I perform this really sloppy, so I have a double lift. Now we have 5 cards. First card, second card, and I think if you practice this a little bit, third card, fourth card, and when you practice this a little bit, basically you can throw this one card just down here and turn it over, and it's the 5th card. This is a much more elegant handling. What they say in the ROyAL Road to Card Magic is that when the number is 5, after 4 cards, you bring them all on top, and then you give this reason, and then you say, let's see that we have the right amount of cards of numbers here, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th card. There we go. It goes on top of the package, and everything goes underneath. That's where we are. And now we play this game, and we say, look, we have only jacks in the game with the HiNDU shuffle, right? Just like that. Only the jack of hearts in the game comes out at top card. And then you palm the card, right, in the situation. You place it down. You bring the card here on top as you pick up the package. So now we have this card on top, and we have the other card at the bottom, right? So now we do the same thing. However, we need to deal the jack of hearts to the bottom. So we do this HiNDU shuffle. However, the first card needs to be just a single card, something you got to practice too, right? You shuffle the rest on top here, showing that there's only the hearts, right, to the very last card. And now you palm the card again as you place this up and switch the cards again. And now we have the 2 cards. No, what am I saying? Now we have the 10 of hearts on the top of this pack. Everybody thinks these cards are just jack of hearts, and we have the jack of hearts at the bottom. Everybody thinks these cards are only 10 of hearts. And now it's very easy. We force the card at the top here with the HiNDU force, bang. We force this card. Well, if you want to, you can force it from the bottom with the classic force maybe. And we do classic force next week, so it would be something like this. There you go. Right? There's your card. No, this one, is it? There's your card. It goes down. And then the effect. Now both pick their cards, but out of a package where there were only the opposite card. Ba-ba! That's the trick. Now, I've lost a lot of people watching right now. We got only 10 viewers, so everybody who stayed with me, who stick with it, thank you so much. I love this so much because this is a really nice, this is one of these more complex routines which have a certain, you know, playful attitude towards the interaction with your audience, and you work your ass off basically. And it's something very nice to get down at your fingertips. This is a trick. If it doesn't work, it doesn't matter so much. If you make it work, you have a very, very beautiful card trick at your hands. Again, you can do impromptu whenever you want, and you have a beautiful card transformation. You have this beautiful moment of all them cards appearing, being one card in the different packs. And if you perform this well, this is a very powerful, very stunning effect. I like it very much. I like it very much, but obviously you can see I would have to practice this a little bit. Now I'm at first step. I now understood what is going down. I have now to walk through it until I have all the steps really straight so that they match with the pattern. And then I would have to look at the handling once again in this particular moment where you have a card here and you create a double, right? You create a double and then you count the cards like this and then you push them on top here. I believe this can be done very neatly in a manner so that at the point where you reach over here to square them up, you can have them the last card drop down and then create this beautiful illusion, you know, that this card is really in this position, and you don't have to make this break where you put them all down and then you count again, which works, I guess, as it is how they explain it in a Royal Road to Card Magic. But from my first take is this is how I would roll with this one, just to make it look much better, much more natural, and to get it much more flowing. But however, that takes, as Ronald Faber writes right now in the comments, practice, practice, practice. So we are in for 1 hour and 34 minutes and 50 seconds exactly. I had a blast of a time. That was crazy, super intense. We got to know each other a little bit better, right? Now I know that some of you guys are knee-deep into philosophy and literature. That's crazy, guys. You know, there are all relevant links in the info box as well as in the info cards. Also the link to the Discord, our Discord server, I hope so at least, where you find all the other guys going crazy as usual at the end of the live stream. And then we proceed. I already set it up for the next session. Next session is going to be the classic force, and I'm really looking forward doing the classic force, or respectively talking about forcing with you guys, because this is basically the last fundamental technique we haven't talked about yet in detail, walking through the Royal Road to Card Magic chapter by chapter. What we did now. This is going to be chapter 16. It's 16 weeks with a few exceptions. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. GMT +2, you guys are tuning in, and we're doing this crazy thing, boosting our magic. Then top change, and then we're done with the basic techniques. And then there comes arrangements and routines, and then platform tricks. So this is then just like stepping out of the book, looking into the future, proceeding our journey of card magic from close-up to parlor to the big stages, you know? So all them David Copperfields out there gotta be careful, because we are coming. We are at their tails, you know? Great, guys. So you get the 45 seconds to say goodbye to each other, as I am going for a little bit of shuffling here, you know, just a little bit of getting into there. I don't know, I hadn't much time practicing lately, and I missed that, because it's so freaking important to keep your fingers going, right? A little bit of table work here, and then hopefully I will find time tomorrow shooting the tutorial on this beautiful color change. So we got what we got here. See that? Look at this. When I pick it up, it turns into the Jack of Spades, right? Very, very nice thing. And also I will do a little bit tutorial for this double lift convincer, which would look something like this, where you place the card right there, and then of course it comes jumping back to the top, right? So double lift convincer, very subtle convincer on basis of the easiest double lift I can think of, and then this beautiful color change card production, which sets you up, gets you ready for all kinds of nasty stuff. So Honey says, see you all later in Discord. Have a great week, everybody. Ronald Faber says, have a great week. Have a great week, guys. We are now actually 9 current viewers. What about Nyrosmith, Deckard, Violent Vegan, and Leave Smiles? Where is Spike Madley? Are you still there, guys? Oh, what? Did you already drop out here? Can it be? Can it be? Make sure to set your schedule for next Tuesday. Same time, same place. We are going to talk about forcing in card magic, right? That is what we're gonna do. So. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, it was a privilege. You guys are rocking awesome. I'm having a blast of a time. I hope you too. Yokoman 0581 is still here. That's great. Still here until the very end. See you in Discord or not. See you hopefully coming Tuesday. Whatever you do, lay loose. Take care, be patient, and stay focused. You're gonna be all right. My name is OTHMARIUS. Thank you so much for tuning in, and rest assured, more magical stuff is going to be uploaded very soon. OTHMARIUS Magic. Like and subscribe.